Okay, so we'll be starting the next topic, that is alkenes here. So alkenes are also called as olefins, that is oil forming. And why? Because the lower members. Now lower members means which have lesser number of carbon atoms. They form oily products when they are treated with chlorine or bromine. Now alkenes are compounds with at least one carbon-carbon double bond. This you all know, we are just revising it. So alkenes also have a homologous series with the general formula CnH2n. That means here the number of hydrogen will be double as the number of carbon. So this way they have double hydrogen, and they are unsaturated hydrocarbons. Why they are unsaturated? Because they have double bond between them, so they are not saturated with hydrogen. So because each of valency of carbon are not saturated with hydrogen, and there is a double bond between two carbon atom. See, this carbon, if it is saturated with hydrogen from all the four sides, then valency is saturated. But when I say carbon carbon double bond is there, that means they are not saturated with the hydrogen, rather there is a double bond between carbon and carbon. So they have the tendency to break this double bond and to become single bonded structure, and thus place is created, and then they become saturated when hydrogen attaches to them. Then this is the homologous series of alkenes with the general formula CnH2n. That means double hydrogen is there. For each carbon there is double number of hydrogen, as you can see, C2H4, C3H6, C4H8, C5H10 and so on. And look at the condensed formula and look at the structural formula. This we have already seen in the first video. If you have not seen, you can just go back and see there. So this way, when I say that C double bond C and then there is this H here, now this carbon has the capacity to break this bond and make this one place here, so that one hydrogen can accommodate, and thus it becomes saturated. Similarly for this also, this place will be empty to become saturated. Then trivial name you have to learn, because sometimes they ask what is the IUPAC name of ethylene, or what is the common name of ethene. So you should learn both the common name as well as IUPAC name. So ethene, propene, butene, pentene, and they are propylene, butylene and pentylene. Now where do they occur? They are very reactive, so they do not occur freely in nature, and lower alkenes are in minute quantities in coal gas. And what is coal gas? It is a gaseous mixture of hydrogen, methane and carbon monoxide. And where it is formed by the destructive distillation. Destructive distillation means heating in the absence of air of bituminous coal and used as a fuel. So coal gas is used as a fuel, and when it is produced, when there is a heating of this bituminous coal in the absence of air. And then secondly, it is found in the large scale by cracking of petroleum. Now what is cracking? It is a technique used in oil refineries where large and complex hydrocarbon molecules are broken down into smaller and lighter compounds. So big molecules of hydrocarbons are broken down into simpler molecules, and the process is known as cracking. Crude oil, you know, so petroleum oil. So it is the last or very important stage, that is cracking, when we are refining crude oil. So alkenes with 4 or more than 4 carbon atoms can form isomers. Here we will be checking the isomers of butene. Okay, butene. So we will be checking the isomers of butene here. So there are 2 isomers. This is 1 butene and this is 2 butene. You can see here the number of carbon atoms 1, 2, 3 and 4. So 4 carbon atoms are there, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 8 hydrogen. So C4H8, C4H8. In both the conditions you can see the formula is C4H8 only. Here also 1, 2, 3, 4. So C4 and H8. But why this difference in the name? It is 1 butene, or simply you will call it butene, because we don't write 1 butene. But here we are mentioning because we are comparing, and here 2 butene. So what is the difference? The difference is position of the double bond. As I told you, 1, 2, 3 and then this 4. So ब्यूट तो आ गया आपका, डबल बॉन्ड है तो इन भी लग गया और 1 पोजीशन पे है तो कार्बन यहाँ से काउंट करेंगे 1 2 3 4, तो you will get 1 butene and the rest of the places will be filled with hydrogen, as you can see here. 1 butene. And now suppose I change the position of this double bond and make it here, right? So again it is the same number of carbon atoms, but the position is 1 2 3 4. So on the second place this double bond is there, so already it's bute because it's already 4 carbon, but place of double bond is 2-ene, so bute 2-ene. So it is 2 isomers, and which shows the change in position of the double bond. So here you can see the change in position. This is on number 1 and this is on number 2. So this is position isomer. Now let's take the example of chain isomer here, because it will show isomerism in alkane, show both chain and position. So here you can see again 1 butene. This example I gave you 1 butene, but what is happening here? Now this carbon, so this is but1-ene because double bond is on first carbon. But now what is happening? Now 1 carbon is down. So here what is happening, although there are 4, that is C4, and let's check the H. So how many H? C4H8. That means the molecular formula remains the same. Now what is changing? This carbon has changed its place from straight chain to this branched chain. And now how you will name it? You will name it accordingly, that this is your first, this is your second, this is your third carbon. So what will be the name? It will be, the straight chain is 3, that is eth meth prop. So this will be prop. Then double bond is there, so ene on first place, so propene. And where is this methyl group? Methyl group is on second position, so its name will be 2-methyl propene. Okay, so this is the name of this compound, but the molecular formula is same, that is C4H8, similarly as 1 butene. So you can see here we have got 3 isomers of butene, 1 butene, 2 butene and methyl propene. So these are the 3 isomers of butene. Okay, because here one is based, or the difference is based on position, and third one the difference is based on the chain. So this means there are chain isomerism also between this and this. There is a chain isomerism and position isomerism. Here this is position isomerism, so it shows both position and chain isomerism. So butene has 3 isomers, 1 butene or but1-ene or but2-ene and 2-methyl propene. That butene has 3 isomers. This is but1-ene, this is but2-ene and this is 2-methyl propane. So these two are position, and between any of these with the last one and first or second, it will be chain isomers. Okay, so first member of this alkene series is ethene, or the common name is ethylene. Common name is ethylene. This is the first member. It is present in natural gas. What is a natural gas? It is a flammable gas which contains large amount of methane and other hydrocarbons occurring underground, often in association with petroleum and used as fuel. It occurs as plant hormone also because it is regarded as a multifunctional phytohormone that regulates both growth and deterioration with age. Means growth में भी help करता है और grow old होने में भी help करता है. So both, okay, it regulates both growth, and after that growth is achieved, it is responsible for the dying of the plant also due to old age, and very important, it is responsible for ripening of fruits. So this is very important thing, you will learn it. Sometimes the question is asked, name the alkene which is responsible for ripening of fruits. Now what is the structure of ethene? So let's see the structure of ethene. Each carbon atom of ethene is attached to two hydrogen. This is carbon, this is carbon, this is hydrogen, this is hydrogen. So each carbon is attached to two hydrogen by single covalent bond, and to the other carbon atom by double covalent. This is double covalent, this is single covalent bond. So this is the structure, and we call this structure as planar. This is a flat planar molecule. So all bond angle between or SC and H, this is 120 degree. This is also 120 degree. So and C double bond C, that is H C double bond C, this angle is also 120 degree. So you can see this is a planar or flat structure. Here you can see covalent bonding. This X can be taken of carbon, this of hydrogen, so shared pair. Here also the same thing, shared pair. Now this is carbon, between carbon and carbon double bond. So two pair of electrons are shared. Here again single pair and single pair. So this way, this is the structure of ethene, that is planar or flat. Physical properties: colorless, inflammable gas with a peculiar odor, एक faint सी sweetish smell, थोड़ी मिठास सी smell आती है. जैसे अब fruit है, वो जब मीठा, जब fruit है वो ripe हो जाता है तो what smell, very sweet स्मेल यू गेट. और ओवर राइप हो जाता है तो वो और ज़्यादा वो जो स्वीटनेस, जो अजीब सी स्मेल है, स्वीटिश स्मेल है, वो इंक्रीज कर जाती है. द मेल्टिंग पॉइंट इज दिस एंड द बॉइलिंग पॉइंट इज -102 degree Celsius. Sparingly soluble in water, negligible, but highly soluble in organic solvent like alcohol, ether and chloroform. It produces an anesthetic effect upon inhalation. अगर ज़्यादा क्वांटिटी में आप इसको इनहेल कर लेंगे तो anesthetic effect होगा, means you will faint or become unconscious if you inhale this in larger amount. Then as you know that preparation of ethene is not in our syllabus, so I'm going to leave that portion here for right now, but later on I'm going to make a video on that also. So if you have not subscribed, subscribe to the channel so that as soon as that video is uploaded for your future reference, you can watch that. So now coming to the chemical properties. Adding of hydrogen, which is known as hydrogenation. So this will add hydrogen to it and will become saturated hydrocarbon. This I have already given you one example. So let's see the C double bond C, that is C2H4. Now all the bonds of this carbon is not saturated with hydrogen. Same is the condition with this. So this is unsaturated compound. So what will happen if I will make it react with hydrogen, and the conditions are either platinum at ordinary temperature or nickel at 200 degree Celsius. Under these two conditions, what will happen? This carbon has given one electron for this single bond and one electron is shared by this carbon. So this bond will break and these two electron will be free with this carbon now, and what will happen that one hydrogen here will come and another hydrogen here it will come to share this electron and with single bond, and the formation of this compound will happen. And what is this compound? This is C2H6. So C2H4 will undergo hydrogenation to form C2H6. Now another addition reaction is addition of halogens. Like alkanes, addition of halogen also happen, that is chlorine, bromine here. Now let's see the technique with this, actually what is happening here. So here in the example you have seen that this is ethene molecule. When chlorine comes here at room temperature only, this will form a saturated compound, and similar, what is actually going on, this bond will break, one electron will get free, one chlorine will be added here with a single bond, another chlorine will be added here with a single bond. So let's see after this what is the structure of the compound which is formed. So what is the name for this compound? We will see the name of this compound now. So either we can write the condensed formula also, CH2Cl, CH2Cl. Write the name will be 1 and 2 carbon, ethane, okay, because all single bonds are there. On 1 also one chlorine is there, on 2 also chlorine is there. So we will write 1, comma 2, di, then chloro, okay, dichloroethane. So this is the name of the compound, 1,2-dichloroethane. Or what is the common name for this? Ethylene, ethylene chloride. And why ethylene chloride, I've already told you this naming we have done in the previous videos. Okay, now we will see one more halogen getting added, that is bromine here. Again in ethene, when bromine is added, so this will form to 1,2-dibromo. So you can see here this dibromo reaction yahan pe. Now one thing which is very important here for you to understand is that bromine solution is made in carbon tetrachloride, that is CCl4, because bromine is actually it is sparingly soluble in water, but it is readily soluble in organic solvents like ether alcohol or carbon tetrachloride. But why the carbon tetrachloride is preferred? Because it helps to retain bromine solution for a longer period of time. And why it helps to retain? Because carbon tetrachloride actually doesn't react with bromine. So it is not reacted with bromine, and it is the reason why this bromine solution in carbon tetrachloride, which is reddish brown in color, is actually tested for the conversion of double bond to single bond. And how you can test that the double bond has broken into single bond? Because this bromine solution, which is brown in color, reddish brown in color in CCl4, when it is added to ethene dropwise, what will happen? The reddish brown color of bromine disappears because of the formation of dibromoethane. Got it? Now this dibromoethane is colorless, so you can make out that because the color is changing from reddish brown to colorless, the double bond is breaking and forming single bond, or you can say that unsaturated hydrocarbon is converting into saturated hydrocarbon. Then comes the another halogenation, that is ethene is being added to iodine. So 1,2-diiodoethane will be formed. Similarly, one iodine will go to one carbon, another iodine will go to another carbon, and double bond will break to form single bond, and the name of the compound formed will be 1,2-diiodoethane or ethylene iodide. Here you have to remember that reaction with the iodine is very slow, and this diiodoethane which is formed is unstable, and it eliminates the iodine and again converts into ethene. This iodine is given away, and again it becomes C2H4 with double bond. Got it? So it again regenerates the ethene. Another reaction is addition of water, hydration. The water molecules gets added to alkenes, and it happens in the presence of acid. It will happen in the presence of acid, H2SO4. I am taking the example of H2SO4 here, and when this ethene in the presence of H2SO4 and water, it converts into alcohol ethanol. For this reaction to happen, so let's understand the mechanism of this reaction. Now this is C2H4 in the presence of acid. This H plus is provided from the acid, and it reacts with water to get what it will get. So how it will be formed? Let's see. This O will go and attach itself here. Okay, the single H will go and attach itself here. Another H which is present will go and attach itself here, and this bond will break as we have seen in the previous slides. So after this, a new compound will be formed. and what will be that compound? That compound will be CH. So this is new compound which is formed, and you can see what is the number of hydrogen here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So C2H5, and then we have OH group attached to it. And what is this? This is ethanol, because OH group, as we have, when we have studied functional group, I have told you OH means alcohol group, and it is attached to ethane, so it will be ethanol. Okay, alkene. So alkenes plus water in the presence of acid converts to ethanol, that is alcohol. So another addition reaction is addition of HCl. Now HCl is added to alkene. So ethene, HCl will be added, and it will be formed ethyl chloride or chloroethane. So this H will go and combine here, and this Cl will go and combine here. So what will happen? Cl here and H here. So this is methyl group. Okay. So what will be the condensed formula? The condensed formula will be CH3, and what is attached to it? CH2Cl. And what is the name of this compound? The name of this compound is ethyl chloride or chloroethane. Chloroethane. Because why ethyl? Because 2 carbons are there. 1 carbon and 2 carbon. So ethyl chloride. Now suppose this chloroethane which was formed there, with this chloroethane, so here you can see what is happening with this chloroethane when it is reacting with potassium hydroxide, with the aqueous potassium hydroxide, this Cl will be replaced by OH. OH will come here and Cl will go here. So you can see the new compound will be formed as CH3, CH2OH, and KCl will be given out. And this is what? This is again ethanol. So you can create ethanol again with the addition of HCl also by adding KOH with chloroethane. So this is the reaction which is happening here. This chloroethane is treated with potassium hydroxide will convert into ethanol, and potassium chloride will be given out. After addition we have polymerization. What is polymerization? When 2 or more molecules of the same compound join together to form a bigger molecule, this reaction is known as polymerization. So what is polymerization? Smaller particles joining to make bigger one. What is cracking? Bigger hydrocarbons breaking down into smaller molecules. So what is happening here with ethene? ethene से ही पॉलीथीन बनता है, याद रखेंगे. ethene से पॉलीथीन बनता है, और वो क्या होता है? ethene मॉलिक्यूल्स पॉलीमराइज कर जाते हैं, बड़े स्ट्रक्चर में जुड़ जाते हैं to make polythene. So how this reaction happens, you can see here. Ethene is there, and with this ethene at high temperature, high pressure, and some catalyst, it will change into polythene. So let's see the mechanism what is happening in polymerization. As you know, it is carbon and carbon, then double bond between carbon, and single bond with hydrogen. When this polymerization starts, there is a breaking of bond, and the bond becomes single bond, and now this double bond breaks into single bond. But this will not happen at ordinary temperature. It will happen around 200 degrees Celsius, and the pressure will be somewhere around 2000 atm. At this temperature and pressure, this breaking of double bond will be there in form of single bond. Now you can see we have 2 places empty here for carbon. So here to become saturated, now this kind of structure, will again repeat itself and will join to form a bigger particle, somewhat like this. This was our single molecule which was taken, and many this kind of molecule will join to form a very big structure. Got it? So it keeps on going, as you can see here. So this is a bigger structure. So how do we show? Now this because I have told you polymerization is when 2 or more molecules of same compound associate to form a bigger molecule. Now here what is happening? As you can see, this structure is repeated and it gets joined together to form a big chain of this thing is formed. Now one more thing which you have to understand here is how to write the reaction. We will write it like this, that we have taken H2C and CH2. This is same, the ethene, okay, this is ethene. So I am going to put N here, which shows that I have taken this N molecule or this one molecule, and this will be repeated. And when we show that, okay, this figure will be repeated, so what, again I have to draw it here, H2C, CH2. I will put square brackets to show that a bigger molecule is formed, and this N will come here, showing that this repeated units joins this single unit to form a bigger molecule. And the unit which is repeating, for example, here we have taken polythene. So ethene was the monomer. Monomer means the single unit which was repeating, and its polymer will be polyethene. Okay, that means ethene is added to many ethenes to form polyethene. Then the next chemical property is oxidation, and you all know what is oxidation. It is adding up of the oxygen, or removal of hydrogen is oxidation. So with ethene, if ethene is oxidized, that is oxygen is added to ethene at room temperature, when alkaline potassium permanganate, with the help of this we will see that this new compound will be formed, which is 1,2-ethane diol. So because what you are doing, you are using potassium permanganate, alkaline potassium permanganate solution, which acts as a oxidizing agent. That means itself it gets reduced and gives this oxygen for ethene, and the formation of plus water, and in the presence of this nascent oxygen, and this nascent oxygen is given by KMnO4, which acts as oxidizing agent, and then the formation of, there are 2 O and there are 2 H, as you can see OH and OH here. So one OH will go and join here, this bond will break, so OH will come here, another OH will come here, and the formation of this compound will happen, which is shown by, and now we will name this. So 1 and 2, there are 2 alcohols added, so diol, and at what places? 1 and 2. This was 1, this is 2. So 1 and 2 ethane diol. Ethene is oxidized, it forms 1,2-ethane diol, and the purple color of KMnO4 decolorizes, showing the breaking of double bond into single bond. So KMnO4 is purple in color, but when this reaction happens by the addition of ethene, when KMnO4 is added to ethene, the purple color of KMnO4 decolorizes, showing the formation of single bond from double bond. Another chemical property is combustion of ethene. So what will happen if I burn ethene? If I burn ethene in air, again it will burn with a sooty flame, because you know this is unsaturated hydrocarbon, and a saturated hydrocarbon like ethane, they burn with non-sooty flame, okay, and they also produce a large amount of heat. So this is the similarity. However, if supply of air is in excess, it burns with a pale blue flame to produce carbon dioxide, water, and large amount of heat. The reaction which you have to learn, very important. All the combustion reactions are very important. What happens when ethene burns? What is the combustion reaction of ethene? So this you will learn, and you will tell that carbon dioxide is formed and water vapor is formed. Uses of ethene, although they are not in syllabus, but as you know now, I have explained you that ethene is used in making polythene, and it is used for ripening of fruit. So these are two very important uses of ethene. It is also used for producing oxyethylene flame, which is used for cutting and welding of metals. You must have seen that cutting and welding of metal is done through a torch, which produces a very high flame. So that is oxyethylene flame. And then in detergents also it is used as epoxy ethane. In many cosmetics and toiletry preparations also ethene is used.